Hi, welcome to the Fit and Healthy Show. Today our subject matter is going to be on liver health. Now we previously addressed hepatitis B, C, D, E, F, and so on and so forth. But today I really want to talk about things that cause problems with liver health, things that we can do to keep the liver healthy, and things we can do to reverse the issues or things that we've done to our liver. When we're talking about the liver, it performs over 500 different functions. 500 different functions. So, very complex organ, necessary for life. Without the liver, you're gone. You're done. So, there are three basic functions of the liver, and this is as basic as I can give it because it's actually quite complex. Major blood reservoir filters over 1 liter of blood a minute. 1 liter is a little bit bigger than a quart. So removing bacteria, toxins, pesticides, chemicals, and antigens, which are certain microbials or hormonal types of components. Secretory. Synthesis and secretion of bile. Now, bile, the liver produces, and then it's excreted into the gallbladder for storage. It produces about, once again, a little bit of over 1 quart a day. The bile is necessary for detoxification of the liver, as well as keeping cholesterol regulated and stabilized, for digesting your food, and eliminates the toxins out of the liver that the liver neutralized. You know how that blood feeds all those toxins, that the blood is fed through the liver, that liter every minute. All those toxins have to be removed from the liver somehow, and so that bile removes it or takes it out, stores in the gallbladder, and then when digestion occurs, stimulates the gallbladder to produce it, and then boom, it goes out through the digestive tract. Metabolic. The liver is responsible for carbohydrate, fat, and protein synthesis. So there's not too many other foods that we can think about other than carbs, fats, and proteins that we eat. So the liver is responsible for digestion in so many different ways. It also is responsible for the storage of fat-soluble vitamins and certain minerals. We mentioned how via the liver the bile is excreted to the gallbladder and it excretes toxins. Also, in addition, the hormones that the body produce get filtered through the liver, and the excessive amount that we don't utilize, they go into the bile and they're excreted. Particularly what we call oestrogens, which we see a lot in pesticide chemicals and birth control pills. Synthetic types of estrogen forms, very, very important. So if you don't have proper bile excretion or liver function, you can't get rid of all those excessive amounts of hormones in the body, which can affect your mood, affect your sleep. We'll talk about some of the symptoms that are associated with having problems with liver health. Causes of impaired liver function. Okay, what we call number one would be is called a sluggish liver or cholestasis, caused by gallstones. And gallbladder removal, oftentimes you'll get gallstones, or people get gallstones, and the first thing they do is remove the gallbladder, which is one of the most unnecessary surgeries around. There are remedies that have been around for, get this, over 100 years that break down gallstones that apparently modern science chooses not to utilize, that will break them down within about 48 hours. And it's a combination of using some apple juice, magnesium, and some olive oil for about 2 days, and it breaks them down. You can go online and look up various formulas, but they'll excrete right out through the bowel. They break down. They don't clog bile ducts. That's what we want, because the concern is if you get the gallstones in there, they'll clog a bile duct, then you're going to require emergency surgery because it could be life-threatening. Alcohol is the most common cause of impaired liver, without any doubt. Alcohol. The reason why is alcohol kind of almost pretty much shuts the liver and its ability to process fats, sugars. It pretty much impairs the liver completely. Very minor issues. That's why when you overdrink, you feel so sick, or drinkers or alcoholics will have yellow skin, jaundice, dark circles, their liver enzymes go crazy and wacko. All active alcoholics have what is called a fatty liver. No exception. If a person's an alcoholic, they have a fatty liver. The liver is not going to perform those functions that we talked about if the liver is fatty to any type of degree. So increasing of liver cancers, phenomenal in alcoholics. And then, of course, we've got other issues with blood sugar metabolism. The list goes on and on. So if you are an alcoholic or choose to drink excessive amount of alcohols, not if, you will have liver health problems. No question. So keep that in mind, particularly if you're younger or if you're older and you drink a lot of alcohol. That's a big no-no as far as your liver health is concerned. The occasional glass of wine, resveratrol, other things that are in there, you're fine. But if you're doing daily alcohol to any extreme, your liver is cooked. So bottom line, I say it like it is. Endotoxins, particularly chemicals and pesticides in excessive amounts. In this country, we allow over 3,000 different types of chemicals to be added to our foods. In Europe, you can't exceed 50. There's 50 that they allow added to foods. So our chemical industry is allowed to meet bare requirements, and then people in their products, and then people eat tons of these. The liver's got to do the best it can to make these inert and remove them out of the body, but it really overworks the liver, very, very much so. And then as we grow older and liver function isn't as good, then it causes issues as far as mutation of liver cells, all kinds of things leading to initially liver enzyme issues and then liver cancer. So pregnancy or hormonal changes, oftentimes pregnant women will get the liver spots on their face because we've got a lot of hormonal changes going on. But people who take a lot of steroidals, birth control pills for lengthy periods of time, particularly high dosages, are gonna have some issues with their liver eventually because it's excessive amounts that the body cannot use, and it's difficult to dispose of them. And after a long period of time of the liver becoming so stressed, it takes its toll. Medications, particularly painkillers. You can look on your medications that you're taking. Most of them, except for the newer medications, will give a list of whether or not it causes problem with the liver. And they usually use a fancy word called hepatic, which is Hepatic. And it's pronounced a couple of different ways. But what that means is liver enzyme functions, liver functions. And so if you're on any medications that are hard on your liver, I would stomp my feet, scream and cry, and make sure that my doctor, particularly if I'm Lipitor, Zocor, pain medications, you need to make sure that you have those proper full panel liver function tests. Hyperthyroidism or the thyroid medications can cause issues with the liver as well, and its inability to detox and perform its functions. And then, of course, the separate subject that we've discussed before, hepatitis A, B, C, D, E, F, G, as the list goes onward. The viral, if the body's having to deal with the viruses all the time, obviously it's not going to lend itself to handling all of these other functions that it has to perform. Moving on here, I'd like to discuss a little bit about the diagnosis. Now, we talked about the particular types of laboratory tests that physicians can perform, including serum bile. Oftentimes I don't see serum bile testing going on, and that's probably one of the first indicators of having issues with the gallbladder as well as the liver. In addition, the AST, there's other tests, and I can give all the abbreviations all day long. But the key is we want full panel testing, including serum bile testing. Biopsy, if it looks as though these are staying extremely abnormal or a potential for liver cancer, particularly if we have alcoholism